What?
I'm recording this, and I'm gonna have you hear it.
What?
Say stuff.
Hello. 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 I'm an idiot, and I'm a monkey. Hello. 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 Hey. La 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 lo. Lo lo. Hey. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. What do you want? What do you want me to say?
Jared, I want to record this, but you sound like an alien talking. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. Why? What's up? My butt exploded, but
You
I'm fine.
there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Darren, you don't have to get on.
Yeah, I
Jeez,
can.
you're not a happy alien.
Hello, Nikki. I sound like a fucking alien?
What year do you, what time, what week do you want me to come back to the moon?
I don't know. Probably next week when we have probably tomorrow when you have to pick me up for the prom. Shit.
Oh, really, alien? Because you sound like one.
Oh shit. Hello. Yeah, I can.
Jeez, you're not a happy alien.
Hello, Nikki.
Oh, really, alien? You sound like one.
Shit.
You want me to, do you want me to get back on so you can sound normal instead of an alien?
Yes.
Darren?
Yes. Yes.
Sword Art Online, Volume 1, Chapter 3. Ding, ding, a chiming noise like bell.
Do I sound better now? Do I
Okay.
sound better now?
What is it?
What the hell?
Is this really Darren? Because
Do I sound better now? The hell? This is when. Do I?
you there?
Yeah, do I sound better now? Do I sound better now? This is the one you used that I have for the.
Geez, you're not a happy alien.
Do I sound better now?
What time do you want
What the hell? What the hell?
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Darren, answer the phone, please.
Thank you for your call.
Darren, answer the phone.
Dude, I'm calling you back. I'm calling you right now.
Chill out. Do you not hear? I cannot get it off.
What the hell?
That's what the hell? You sound like a damn alien. Fuck. I can't get it off. You don't sound happy either. You sound like a. Sound like an alien.
I sound like a stomach.
I can't get it off. You know how many times I got out of the thing and went back in? I'm starting to think an alien took over.
Reset your computer and then do it.
It's not my computer. It's my tablet.
Reset the tablet.
Alright. Let me try.
And then I'll call you back in. What the hell? Yeah. Well, I heard it. What the hell? I sound like a dang stomach. What the hell? Yeah. Creepy and hilarious. What the hell? I'm gonna rewatch this thing on Friday. Probably rewatch it on Saturday and be like, what the hell? When I heard that, I'm like, what the hell?
You sound like a chipmunk, and you sound like a stinking alien on a tablet.
Do I sound better now?
Thank you.
Thank you!
That was creepy, and it sounded like you were
The
getting me.
hell?
I don't know. I'm starting to think aliens are trying to talk to us.
What the hell?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but what the hell?
Did that creep you out? Because it creeped me out.
Yeah, it did. What the hell? But it's working now, right?
Yes.
Seriously, what the hell?
I don't know.
Okay, you ready?
I'm probably gonna get nightmares that you turn into an alien or something.
What the hell?
You didn't sound happy either.
I sound like a fucking stomach.
To me, you sound like an alien that just
I
can't.
sound like a fucking stomach trying to digest something.
That's creepy, even more.
What the hell?
It does that sometimes, and I don't have no clue. I didn't know if you can hear it or not, so I recorded it, and then I tried calling you because I wanted to stop.
When that happens, reset your tablet.
Okay.
Okay, because sometimes when it doesn't work, you have to reset the tablet.
Well,
But like, what the hell?
I have no clue. It's creepy.
Holy shit! I creeped
I
myself out.
know. I started thinking an alien came down and killed
What the
you.
hell?
You have no clue what I felt, even hearing
What
that.
the hell?
You want to go away.
Hey, we're gonna have something funny to talk about at prom.
Yeah. Sorry.
What the hell?
I
That's
am no clue.
no, that's a first for me. That's a real first.
Well, that's
Hell.
that's the second time that's happened. But you only. It was with Kevin when it happened the last time. If you're not hearing me laughing for no reason that one time, it's
But I'm
because.
like, what the hell are you laughing at? Now I know.
Oh yeah, that's why I called you.
Okay, can you replay
I
it?
wanted you to damn hear what you were hearing.
Can you replay it?
I think I deleted it because I didn't think you would want to hear it. But okay. Um, no, I didn't delete it. Hold on, let me see if I can go to. It's still on here somewhere.
Are we?
What? Now you know what the hell you're hearing at and what I'm laughing
What
about?
the hell was that?
I don't know.
I sound like a fucking stomach.
No,
Seriously.
no,
No,
no.
I don't mean to cuss, but what the hell?
It sounds like an alien. It is. It sounds like an alien. You know that recorder thing with my voice and how you talk into it and it sounds different? That's exactly what that sounds like.
How did you record it?
My computer. If I can try to find it, and I think it still might be on here.
Oh, you have an audio recorder, just like.
On here, yeah.
Yeah. But what the hell?
Darren, you ask me?
Okay, you
You
ready?
ask me?
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Well,
Sorry.
you'll probably hear the audio, but I'm just gonna do a full screen because it's
That's fine.
no different pictures.
What do you mean?
It's one of those where it goes different pictures.
Oh.
Perhaps a warning chime sounded loudly, making Clyde and Mickey jump up in surprise. Ah,
Let me do
what's
that.
this? We shouted at the same time and stared at each other. Our
Next time it happens, I will.
line, Volume 1, Chapter 3. Ding, ding. A chiming noise like bell, or perhaps a warning chime, sounded loudly, making Clyde and Mickey jump up in surprise. Ah, what's this? We shouted at the same time and stared at each other, our eyes wide. Both Klein and I were immersed in a clear blue pillar of light. Past the blue veil, the flames in my vision blurred steadily. I experienced this a few times during the beta testing. It was a teleport initiated by an item. I didn't have the prerequisite item, nor did I shout the proper command. Did the operators initiate a forced teleport? If so, why didn't they even inform us? As my thoughts raced, the light around me pulsed stronger, and darkness overtook me. As the blue light faded, my surroundings became clear again. However, this wasn't the sunset-lit plain anymore. A large road paved with stone, medieval streets surrounded by street lamps, and a huge palace radiating a dark light a fair distance away up ahead. This was the starting point, the central plaza of the starting city. I looked at Clyde, who had his mouth wide open next to me, then at the bustling crowd of people that surrounded the two of us. Looking at the bunch of stunningly beautiful people with a variety of equipment and different hair colors, there were no doubt other players like me. There were about a few thousand, 10,000 people here. It was likely that everyone who was logged on right now had been forcibly transported to the central plaza. For a few seconds, everyone looked around without speaking. Then, a few mumbles and mutters could be heard here and there. It started to get louder. What's happening? Can we log out now? Can't they take care of it quickly? Comments like these could be heard from time to time. As the players started to get more annoyed, shouts like, "Is this a joke?" and "Get the hell out here, GMs!" could be heard. Then suddenly, somebody raised his voice above all these comments and shouted, "Ah! Look up!" Klein and I almost automatically turned our eyes upward. There, a strange sight greeted us. At the bottom of the second floor, 100 meters above us, was checkered in red. When I looked closely, I could see the pattern was made up of two phrases crisscrossing each other. The words "warning" and "system announcement" written in red. I was surprised for a moment, but then thought, oh, the operator is going to begin informing us now. The tension in my shoulders eased a bit. The chatter died down in the plaza, and you could feel everyone waiting to hear what was going to be said. However, what happened next wasn't what I had expected. From the middle of the pattern, a liquid that looked like blood started oozing down slowly. It came down at a rate that almost emphasized how vicious it was, but it didn't fall all the way down. Instead, it started congealing into a shape. What appeared was a 20-meter tall figure with a hooded robe draped around it. No, that wasn't exactly right. From where we were looking, you could easily see into the hood. There was no face. It was absolutely empty. We could clearly see the inner cloth and the green embroidery inside the hood. It was the same inside the robe. All we could see inside the edges were shadows. I'd seen that robe before. It was the same clothing that the Argus employees who had worked as GMs during the beta test had always worn. But back then, the male GMs had a face like an old sorcerer with a long beard. The females had an avatar of a bespectacled girl. They might have used the robe because they lacked time to prepare a proper avatar, but the empty space inside the hood gave me an unexplainable feeling of anxiety. The countless players around me must have felt the same. Is that a GM? Why doesn't he have a face? There were a lot of whispers like these. Then the right sleeve of the huge robe moved as if it was to silence them. A pure white glow appeared from the folds of the long sleeve. But this sleeve, like the rest of the robe, didn't cover any sort of body. Then the left sleeve slowly lifted upwards too. Then, with its two empty gloves spread out in front of 10,000 players, the face was pushed to open his mouth.
Are you back?
Darren, Jake's doing dishes. You go in there and he's doing dishes. I gotta go put something back.
What the hell? Did you tell Courtney this?
Well, she's busy doing her work, so can't bug her.
Did you tell Courtney this?
I could, but Courtney's busy doing her work. I was trying to tell my sister what was going on in here because she'd probably get a kick out of it.
Did you record it?
Yes. Well,
Play the
no.
recording back for her.
No, I deleted it because I don't want it to block my my computer.
If that ever happens again, record it and play it back for her.
Thought it would still be saved down there, but apparently not.
I love you.
I love you too. Are you gonna say goodnight to me on here or?
Okay. Well, I want to get this chapter done.
Well, what I'm saying is we can get cam and stuff done here because we're not gonna be able to cam tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to cam tomorrow. We won't be able to do anything tomorrow because we're going to...
Well, we at prom.
Oh, did I tell you?
Isn't that more better?
It works.
What?
The subscribing thing again.
How?
I just went on it and it works.
Good. Great.
So I can see it again.
Yay.
You know how this white thing is? I can see
Yeah.
that for everything again.
Huh, I wonder why it was not doing
Me
it.
too. I was like, what the hell is this?
I mean, I thought they were doing like a upgrade because you know. But guess not, huh?
What the hell? Okay, give me a minute.
Everything alright?
My thing is confirmed.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Things confirmed.
You know, I played Walking Dead, Drake. Oh, Dad.
Okay. Let me read what this thing says because it's weird.
What's that alien thing?
It looks like you're. Well, the inbox is showing. I'll probably do it tomorrow
Oh.
because it looks like something's wrong with the inbox.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow because it looks like there's something wrong with the inbox. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow because it looks like there's something up.
So, what did you think when you heard that?
Oh, like what the hell?
Creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you exactly know how I feel when I heard that. And then when it go away, and I'm thinking, I'm praying hard that no alien took you over and when I came with me. That was just something funny.
Okay, I'll do it tomorrow because for some reason this comes up every single time I do it,
Huh, that's weird.
or every single time I try to open it. I'll do it tomorrow when I have. It says this.
I see that. That's weird. Just have to do it tomorrow.
It's weird. I'll do it tomorrow. It's just to see when I log in.
Right.
If it's like goofing up like that. It doesn't normally goof up like that. It's weird.
Wonder why.
Okay.
It felt like it did. Then a low, calm male voice resonated in the air. Back then, the male GMs had a face like an old sorcerer with a long beard. The females had an avatar of a bespectacled girl. They might have used the role because they
I'm gonna not put this on full screen because it has photos,
gave me an unexplainable feeling of anxiety.
so that they can see it.
Countless players around me must have felt this.
So that they can.
Don't put it on full screen. Let them see the photos.
Yeah.
Say,
Because you might want to see that.
yeah. Why does he have a face? There were a lot of whispers like these. Then the right sleeve of the youth's robe, as if to silence them. A pure white glove appeared from the folds of the long sleeve. But this sleeve, like the rest of the robe, didn't cover any sort of body. Then the left sleeve slowly lifted upwards too. Then, with its two empty gloves spread out in front of 10,000 players, the faceless person opened his mouth. No, it felt like it did. Then a low, calm male voice resonated in the air. Players, I welcome you all to my world. I couldn't understand it right away. My world? If that red robe was a GM,
It's
certainly had godlike
Akihiku.
powers in this world enabling him to change the world I was living.
Akihiku
guy.
Kami.
Pointing that out
It's-
now. Find my
It's the villain of the first season or the first arc.
Yep.
at each other, dumbfounded. The anonymous red robe lowered its arms and continued talking. My name is Kayaba Akihiko. Right now, I am the only person who can control this world. What? My avatar became rigid with shock, and a lump formed in its throat. Perhaps my throat back in the real world as well for a second. Kayaba Akihiko? I knew that name. There was no way I didn't. This person, both a game designer and a genius in the field of quantum physics, was the one responsible for raising Argus, which was just one of many small companies, into one of the leading companies in its field. He was also the development director of SAO, and at the time, the designer of the Nerve Gear. As a hardcore gamer, I respected Kayaba deeply. I bought all the mags that featured him and read a few of his interviews until I almost knew them all by heart. I could almost see him in the white overalls he always wore by just hearing his voice.
Well, what the heck?
What?
Raph, are you okay? What the heck?
Is he alright?
I'll be right back. You okay? Was that you knocking?
The bottle I had hit the door.
Oh. I'm like, what the heck is that?
Couple downstairs.
Okay.
Anybody call?
No,
Is he okay there?
the bottle he had hit the door.
Oh, okay,
It
good.
didn't sound like a knock. It sounded like someone hit the door.
Growl or something?
But I want... No, the bottle he had hit the door. But it sounded
Yeah,
like...
but sounded like a foul, right?
It sounded like something hit the door or something.
Oh.
I like to do chapters, like a chapter a day.
Yes. Would be cool.
Like on Friday, we're definitely gonna do a chapter
Cool, yeah.
because these chapters are long.
Yes, very long. This is the whole book, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the whole book.
Yeah.
Can't believe I even found it. I'm gonna. After we're done with Volume 1, I'm gonna look for Volume 2.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna read all of them.
Cool.
That way, I know what happens in the game too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't have to like put a translator on it. Well, the game's different, but I'm pretty sure it's the same structure, you know.
Right.
But he had always stayed behind the scenes, refusing media exposure. He had never been a GM, so why was he doing something like this? I forced my mind to start moving again, trying to make sense of the situation. But the words that came out of the empty hood almost seemed to mock my efforts to understand. I think that most of you have discovered the fact that the logout button has disappeared from the main menu. This is not a bug. It is all part of Sword Art Online's system. Part of the system? Klein muttered brokenly. The announcement continued in its low voice, as if to cover the sound. Until you get to the top of this castle, you cannot log out of your own free will. This castle? I couldn't understand the phrase first. There is no castle in the starting city. Then the next thing Kayaba said blew my confusion away. Also, the disruption or dismantling of the nerve gear from the outside is strictly forbidden. If these things are attempted, a moment of silence. The silence of 10,000 people was overwhelming. The next words came slowly. The signal sensors in your nerve gear will emit an electromagnetic pulse, destroying your brain and stopping all of your basic functions. Klein and I stared at each other for seconds in shock. It was as if my mind refused to believe what I had just heard.
In other words, you die,
Yes, exactly.
which you don't end up doing. But I'm not gonna spoil the book for you guys.
Mhm.
I only got that from the anime.
Yep. That we watched.
We watched the anime before we read the book, which we should have done. Which we should have done the opposite. We should have read the book before we watched it.
Yeah, but alright.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a light novel until I looked it up. You know,
Yes, which is okay.
which after we read all three, probably all 8 books, because I want to know everything before the anime comes out for the next one. So I'm not surprised, you know.
Right, yes.
I want to see how it unfolds in the book before it unfolds on the screen. You know.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. I know.
Am I?
I understand what you're talking about. And I get you, and I do, like, I'm the same way, so pretty much that's what I want to do.
Destroying your brain and stopping all of your basic functions.
All right, let's continue this. Okay.
Alright, we can do that. There's like
Klein
7.
and I stared at each other for
I love you, baby.
I love you too, baby.
Bye. I mean, let's continue this, all right?
Okay, but it's 7:47, so.
No, I just want to like finish the chapter. Grandpa will let me stay up a little bit. I don't have to go to bed till 8:30. I mean, if I have to get off, I'll get off early.
for seconds in shock. It was as if my mind refused to believe what I had just heard. But Kayaba's short statement pierced through my body with ferocity that was both hard and dense. Destroy our brains. In other words, kill us. Any user that turned the nerve gear off or unlocked the clasp and took it off would be killed. That's what Kayaba had stated. People in this crowd started muttering, but there was no one shouting or panicking. It was either that someone, like me, couldn't understand it yet, or refused to. Klein raised his hand slowly and tried to grasp the headgear that would be situated there in the real world. As he did, he let out a dry laugh and started talking. What's he saying? That man. Has he gone nuts? He's not making any sense. The nerve gear. It's just a game. Destroy our brain. How's he going to do that? Right, Kirito? His voice broke at the last shout. Klein stared at me hard, but I could nod in agreement. The countless signal transceivers in the nerve gear's helmet emitted small electronic pulses to send virtual signals to the brain. They might call this the newest ultra technology, but the basic theory was the same as a certain household appliance that's been used for 40 years in Japan, the microwave. If there was a sufficient output, it would be possible that the nerve gear would vibrate the water particles in our brain and cook it with the heat from the friction. But theoretically, it's possible, but he must be bluffing. Because if we pull the plug on the nerve gear, there's no way it can emit a strong pulse of that type, unless there's some form of battery with a huge storage capacity inside. Klein already guessed the reason why I had stopped talking. There is, he said, his words almost a scream with a hollow expression on his face. 30% of the gear's weight is in the battery. But that's totally crazy. What if there was a sudden power outage or something? Kayaba started explaining as if he had heard what Klein had shouted. To be a little more specific, disconnection from an outside source of electricity for 10 minutes, being cut off from the system for more than 2 hours, or any attempt to unlock, dismantle, or destroy the nerve gear. If any of these conditions are met, the brain destruction sequence will start. These conditions have been made known to the government and the public through mass media and the outside world. On that note, there have been several cases where the relatives or friends have ignored these warnings and tried to forcefully remove the nerve gear. The result? The metallic voice took a short breath here. Regretfully, 213 players have already exited the game and the real world forever. A long, thin scream was heard, but most of the players couldn't or refused to believe what they had been told, and just stood there slack-jawed with a wry smile on their faces. My head tried to reject what Kayaba had just said, but my body betrayed it, and my knees started shaking violently. I stumbled back a few paces on my weak knees and managed to keep myself from falling. Klein fell on his backside, his expression lifeless. 213 players have already... That phrase repeated over and over again in my head. If what Kayaba said was true, over 200 people have already died. Among them, there would have been beta testers like me. I might have even known some of their character names and avatars. These people had their brains burned. Died. Is this what Kayaba was saying? Don't believe it. I don't believe it. Klein, sitting on the ground, started saying in a strained voice. He's trying to scare us. How would he do such a thing? Stop kidding around and let us out. We don't have time to play along to your sick opening ceremony. Yeah, it's all just an event. An opening show, right? Inside my head, I was screaming the same thing. But as if to dispel our hopes, Kayaba's businesslike voice resumed its explanation. Players, there is no need to worry about the bodies you left on the other side. As of this moment, all TV, radio, and internet media are repeatedly reporting the situation, including the fact that there have been numerous deaths. The danger of having your nerve gear taken off has already all but disappeared. In a moment, using the 2 hours I have provided, all of you will be transported to hospitals or similar institutes and be given the best treatment, so you can relax and concentrate on beating the game. What? Then at last, violent shouts left my mouth. What are you saying? Beat the game? You want us to play around in a situation like this? I kept shouting, glaring at the red robe that had oozed out of the upper floor. This isn't a game anymore! Then, Kayaba Akihiko started announcing quietly in his monotone voice. But I ask of you all to understand that Sword Art Online is no longer a simple game. It is a second reality. From now on, any form of revival in the game will no longer work. The moment your HP reaches 0, your avatar will be gone forever, and at the same time. I could only guess what he was going to say all too clearly. Your brain will be destroyed by the nerve gear. Suddenly an urge to laugh out loud bubbled up from the pit of my stomach. I forced it down. A long horizontal line shone at the top left corner of my vision. As I focused on it, the numbers 342 over 342 were overlaid. Hit points. My life force. The moment it reaches 0, I will die. The electromagnetic waves will fry my brain, killing me instantaneously. This is what Kayaba had said. This is without a doubt a game with your life at stake. In other words, death game. I must have died at least 100 times during the 2 months of beta testing. I respawned with a slightly embarrassed smile on my face in the palace north of the main plaza, the Black Iron Palace, and ran off into the hunting grounds again. That was what an RPG was, a sort of game where you keep on dying and learning and leveling up. But now you can't. Once you die, you lose your life. And in addition, you can't even stop playing? No freaking way, I muttered softly. Who in their right mind would go out onto the field with those conditions? Of course, everyone would just stay inside the city where it was safe. Then, as if reading my, and maybe every other player's mind, came the next message. Players, there is only one way to be freed from this game. As I have said before, you must get to the top of Acrad, the 100th floor, and defeat the final boss that resides there. All players still alive at that time will be immediately logged out of the game. I give you all my word. 10,000 players stood in silence. It was
What the hell?
What?
This is awesome.
Oh, I know. It is. It's awesome.
So much detail, I swear.
Yes. I know, right?
Which is better than reading it, because I probably couldn't read it. Heck, it's probably in English, but I'm not gonna go out and search for it.
No. Excuse me, Biggie.
Sorry.
It says excuse you, Biggie.
Come here.
Having a good day?
Yeah. Best day ever before prom.
I know. That's what I wanted because I don't want no hatred or madness at each other at prom. I want to have a great day tomorrow.
I don't care. I'm gonna make out with you.
We'll make out with me.
No, like when we leave.
Make out with me.
At
that
at
is
the,
day.
at the prom time, I'm just gonna kiss you like
Yes, of course.
little pecks and stuff. Like,
Well, yeah.
but at the end of the prom time, I'm gonna make out with you.
Cool.
You know.
Yes. Can't wait for prom.
I love you. Ready to continue it?
Yes, baby.
then that I realized what Kayaba meant when he said, "Get to the top of this castle." This castle meant the huge monstrosity that imprisoned all of the players on the first floor, with 99 more floors stacked on top, towering into the sky, which floated. He was talking about acrad itself. Clear all 100 floors? Klein suddenly shouted. He got up quickly and raised a fist up to the sky. And how do you want us to do that? I heard that getting up was crazy hard even during the beta testing. This was true. During the 2 months of beta testing, 1,000 players had taken part and only managed to get to the 6th floor. Even if 10,000 people had died right now, how long would it take to get through all 100 floors? Most players who have been forced here would be asking themselves this rhetorical question. Strained silence eventually gave way to low murmuring. There was no sign of fear or despair. Most people here would still be confused about whether this was a real danger or a seriously warped opening event. Everything Kayaba had said was so horrifying that it felt unreal. I craned my head back to look at the empty room and tried to force my mind to accept the situation. I can no longer log out, ever. I cannot go back to my room, my life. The only way that I could get them back was when somebody defeated the boss on the highest floor of this floating castle. If my HP reached 0 even once during that time, I would die. I would die in a real death, and I would be gone forever. But, however much I tried to accept these facts, it was impossible. Just 5 or 6 hours ago, I had eaten dinner that my mom had made, shared a short conversation with my sister, then walked up to the stairs of my house. Now I can't go back to all of that? And this is now the real reality? And the red robe that had always been one step ahead of us swept its white glove and started speaking with a voice void of all emotion. Then I will show you evidence that this is the only reality. In your inventories, there will be a gift from me. Please confirm this.
The mirror. The mirror that erases their avatars.
Yes.
I'm sorry that I'm spoiling it, but I watched the anime and I know what happens. I just want to know. I just want to know all the detail of his thinking.
As soon as I heard this, I pressed my finger and thumb together and pulled backwards. All the players did likewise, and the plaza was filled with the ringing sound of bells. I pressed the item button on the menu that appeared, and the item was there, at the top of my belongings list. The name of the item, hand mirror. Why did he give this to us? Even as I wondered, I tapped on the name and pressed Make into Object button. Immediately, there was a tinkling sound effect, and a small rectangular mirror appeared. I grabbed it hesitantly, but nothing happened. All that it showed us was the face of the avatar that I had gone through a lot of trouble to create. I cocked my head and looked at Klein. The samurai was also looking at the mirror in his hand with a blank expression. Then, suddenly Klein and the avatars around us were engulfed in white light. As soon as I took this in, I was surrounded too, and all I could see was white. Almost 2-3 seconds later, the surroundings reappeared just as they had been. No. The face in front of me wasn't the one I'd gotten used to. The armor made of metal plates laced together. The bandana and the spiky red hair were all the same. But the face had changed into another shape altogether. His long, sharp eyes had become sunken and shone brighter. His delicate high nose had become hooked, and a slight beard now appeared on his cheeks and chin. If the avatar had been a young and carefree samurai, this was a fallen warrior, or maybe a bandit. I forgot the situation for a moment and muttered, "Who are you?" The same words came out of the mouth of the man in front of me. "Hey, who are you?" Then I was gripped by a sudden foreboding and realized what Kayaba's present, the hand mirror, meant. I raised the mirror in a rush, and the face stared back at me. Black hair lay neatly over the head. 2 weak-looking eyes could be seen beneath the slightly long hair, and a delicate face that made people mistake me for a girl, even when I go out in the casual clothes of my sister. The calm face of a warrior that Kirito had even a few seconds ago was no longer there. The face that was in the mirror was my actual face that I had tried so hard to escape from. It's me. Klein, who had been staring at his mirror, fell backwards. We both looked at each other and shouted at the same time. "You're Klein? You're Kirito?" Our voices changed too. Perhaps the voice modulators had stopped working, but we didn't have time to spare on things like that. The mirrors fell from our hands and hit the ground, then were destroyed with a soft smashing sound. When I looked around again, the crowd was no longer filled with people who looked like characters from a fantasy game. A bunch of normal-looking young people had now taken their place. It was like something you'd see if you gathered a bunch of people in real life at a game show venue and dressed them up in armor. Distressingly, even the sex ratio had changed greatly. How on earth was this possible? Klein and I, and most probably all the players around us, had changed from the avatars that we created from to our real selves. Of course, the texture itself seemed like a polygon model and it felt slightly strange, but it was almost frighteningly accurate. It was as if the gear had a full-body scanner on it. Scan. Ah, right. I looked at Klein and forced the words out. There are high-density signal sensors in the nerve gear covering our whole head, so it can not only tell how our brains look, but our faces too. But how can it know what our bodies look like? Like how tall we are? Klein said more silently, glancing from side to side at our surroundings. The average height of the players, who were now looking at their own and others' faces with various expressions on their faces, had noticeably reduced after the change. I, and most probably Klein too, had set the height equal to that of my height in the real world to prevent any extra height from hindering my movements. But most players seem to have made themselves taller by about 10 to 20 centimeters. That wasn't all. Natural build and girth of the players had become larger too. There was no way that the nerve gear would have been able to know all this. Klein was the one who answered the question. Wait. I bought the nerve gear just yesterday, so I remember. It was part of the setup. What was it called? Calibration? Well, anyway, during that bit you touched your body here and there. Maybe it was that. Right. That's what it was. Calibration was where the nerve gear measured how much you had to move your hand to reach your body. This was done to reproduce the sense of kinetic accurately within the game. So to say, it was almost as if the nerve gear had data about our exact body shapes saved inside itself. It was possible, making all the avatars of the players an almost perfect polygon replica of themselves. The purpose of this was almost all too clear. Reality, I muttered. He said that this was reality, that this polygon avatar and our HP was our real body and our real life. In order to make us believe this, he produced a perfect copy of us. But, you know, Kirito. Klein stretched his hand roughly and his eyes beneath his bandana showed as he shouted, Why? Why the hell is he doing something like this? I didn't answer that and pointed upwards past our heads. Wait a moment. Most probably he'll answer that in a bit anyway. Kayaba didn't let me down. A few seconds later, a voice, sounding almost solemn, sounded from the blood-red sky. You will almost probably be wondering, why? Why am I, the creator of both the nerve gear and SAO, Kayaba Akihiko, doing something like this? Is this some sort of terrorist attack? Is he doing this to ransom us? It was then that Kayaba's voice, which had been emotionless up to now, seemed to show some sign of emotion. Suddenly, the word empathy passed through my mind, even though there was no way that would be true. None of these is the reason I am doing this. Not only that, but now for me, there is no longer a reason or a purpose in doing this. The reason is because this situation itself was my purpose in doing this.
Akihiko Kayaba, or in this one, Kayaba Akihiko, which is the same guy, but just
Fair enough.
his name. It's probably one of the best villains I've ever seen. Even in the anime, he's like, he gives you like a reason to like survive.
Yeah.
Sogo did what? Sogo didn't do that though.
Right, I know.
In fact, when you fight him, he's like probably the weakest villain. He just uses GM admin to probably fuck up you.
Right.
That's what he did. Anyway, back to the chapter.
Create and watch this world is the only reason I have created the nerve gear and SAO. And now, everything has been realized. Then, after a short break, Kayaba's voice, now motionless again, spoke. Now, I have finished the official tutorial for Sword Art Online. Players, I wish you luck. This last sentence trailed off with a faint echo. The huge robe rose soundlessly and started sinking, hood first into the system message that covered the sky, as if melting. Its shoulders, then its crest, then its two arms and legs merged into the red surface, and then a final red stain spread briefly. Right afterward, the system message that had covered the sky disappeared as suddenly as it had appeared. As the sound of the wind blowing above the plaza and the BGM of the NBC orchestra was playing came softly to our ears. The game had returned to its normal state, apart from the fact that a couple of rules had been changed. Then, at last, the crowd of 10,000 players gave proper reaction. In other words, countless voices started resounding loudly through the plaza. It's a joke, right? The hell is this? It's a joke, right? Stop kidding around! Let me out! Let me out of here! No, you can't! I've got to meet someone soon! I don't like this! I want to go home! I want to go home! Yells, clamors, shouts, cursings, begging, screaming. The people that had changed from game players to prisoners in a matter of minutes crouched, clutching their heads, waved their arms about, grasped each other or started to swear loudly. In the midst of all this noise, my mind became strangely cool again. This is reality. What Kayaba Akihiko had declared was all true. If that was the case, this was all to be expected. It'd be strange not to expect it. This genius was one side of Kayaba.
Well, he said it right this time.
Why, he didn't say it right the last?
No. Kayaba didn't say it right. He said his last name first.
Yeah. I gotcha.
No, it was Akihiko Kayaba.
Well, you
But
gotta. It's kind of is a hard name.
but even if they translate it, you could probably. This is probably in Japanese, by the way. He's probably just translating it for us.
Oh.
Anyway, back to it.
Extremely attractive. Now I can't return to reality for a while, perhaps a few months, maybe more than that. During this time, I can't see my mother or sister, nor talk to them. It was possible that I would never get the chance. If I died here, I died in reality. The nerve gear, once a game machine, is a lock to this prison and a tool of death that will fry my brain. I breathed slowly in and then out, and opened my mouth. Clyde, come here for a sec. I grabbed the warrior's arm, who seemed to be much older than me in real life, and made my way to the raging crowd. We made it out of the crowd quite quickly, because we were near the edge. We entered one of the many streets that led out of the plaza in a radial pattern, and I jumped into the shadow behind an unmoving carriage. Clyde! I called his name again.
What was that?
I kind of accidentally the other, and it was just some Facebook.
He still had a somewhat blank expression on his face. I continued talking, trying my best to sound serious. Listen to me. I'm going to get us out of this city and head over to the next village. Come with me. Klein opened his eyes wide under the bandana. I kept talking in a low voice, forcing the words out. If what he said was true, in order to survive in this world, we have to strengthen ourselves. You know that MMORPGs are a battle for resources between players. Only the people who can acquire the most money and experience can get stronger. The people who've realized this are going to hunt all the monsters around Starting City. We'll have to wait forever for all of the monsters to respawn. Going to the next village right now would be better. I know a way and all the dangerous spots, so I can get there, even if I'm only level 1. Considering that it was me, it was quite a long speech. Despite that, he stayed silent. And a few seconds later, his face scrunched up. But, you know, I said before that I stood in lines for ages with my friends to buy this game. They would have logged in and most likely they'd be in the plaza even now. I can't go without them. I let out a sigh and bit my lip. I could understand all too well what Klein was trying to tell me through his nervous gaze. He was right. It was easy to get along with. He most probably took care of other people pretty well. He was most definitely hoping that I'd take all his friends with him. I couldn't just nod. If it was just Klein, I could get to the next village while protecting us from aggressive monsters. But if there was even 2 more, no, even 1 more person coming along, it would be dangerous. If somebody died along the way, they'd die as Kayaba had announced. The responsibility would undoubtedly fall on me, who suggested setting out from a safe Starting City and failed to protect my comrade. To bear such a heavy burden, I could never do that. It was just simply impossible. Klein seemed to read all the worries that flashed through my mind. A smile appeared on his slightly bearded cheek, and he shook his head. No, I can't keep relying on you. I was a guild master in the game I used to play. It'll be fine. I'll just make do with the techniques that you've taught me till now. And there's still a chance that this was just a bad joke, and that we'll all be logged off. So don't worry about us and go to the village. With my mouth closed, I was writing an indecision that I'd never felt before in my life. When I spoke the words that would gnaw me for 2 years. Okay. I nodded, stepped back, and said that with my dry throat. Well, let's part here. If anything comes up, send me a message. Well, see you later, Klein. Klein called me as I turned my eyes downward and turned to leave. Kirito! I sent him a questioning glance, but he didn't say anything. His cheek only trembled a little. I waved once and turned northwest, the direction of the village that I'd use as my next base. When I had taken about 5 steps, a voice called out from behind me again. Hey, Kirito! You look pretty good in real life. You're quite my style. I smiled bitterly and shouted over my shoulder. Your look suits you 10 times better, too! Then I turned my back on the first friend that I had made with the sword and relentlessly ran forward. After I had run through the wind... After I had run through the winding alleyways for a few minutes, I looked back again. Of course, there was nobody there. I ignored the odd feeling of my chest being constricted and ran. I ran desperately to the northwest gate of the starting city, then past the large plains and the deep forest, then a small village located past all of this, then past that to an endless, lonely game of survival. I ran desperately to the northwest gate of the starting city, and then past the large plains and the deep forest, then a small village located past all of this, then past that to an endless, lonely game of survival. Remember, to read along with Sword Art Online, or if you just want to read by yourself, go to bakasuki.org. BAKA-TSUKI.org.
Wow.
Yes. I'm getting off now because it's 8 something.
Sword Art Online, Volume 1, Chapter 4. 1 month into the game, 2,000 people were dead. The hope that outside help would come had been crushed. Not even a message had gotten through.
Darren.
I didn't see it myself, but they said that the panic and madness that took hold of the players when they realized that they couldn't get back was unbelievable. There were people crying and others wailing, and some even tried to dig up the ground of the city, saying that they...
Hold on. I know what you said. Hold on.
I know. Kinda had to like stop because of your bus, you know.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Sorry about that.
It's not your fault.
Let me just see. Yeah.
I'm just happy we're going to climb together, that's all.
Come on.
Darren, this is a video of a little kid. He walks in the room and there's like a big huge spider on the wall, so he gets out and he walks through that suitcases, he goes on a train and he's going in space. Because that was good.
Okay. I just finished chapter 3, right?
Cool. Sweet.
Me.
I would have sent it to myself.
Chapter 3. This is chapter 4.
Okay. Sounds great to me. You might just want to get all.
Sword Art Online 1, Chapter 3. Ding, ding.
Darren.
Okay.
don't
Yeah, I
stop.
just want to... No, I won't start it again. I just want to see if...
No, I'm just saying, 'cause you said chapters each day, so we did 1 chapter for the day, so let's
And we're
say
probably going to do 2...
Friday.
We're probably gonna do a chapter Friday.
Yeah, because we're not doing 1 tomorrow.
Right when you add it, save for Friday.
Yes, of course.
Save for Friday, so I don't...
For Friday. Got it up there.
Okay, let me just go ahead and just search it. Really, it doesn't have a search bar. Usually these things do. Okay, yeah, it does. Let me just type in S. Okay. Let me just see what this would have. Chapter 11. Let me see if this. Let me see if this will. Okay, it doesn't want to do it. Stupid thing. I did chapter 4.
Didn't you send it though?
Yeah, I sent it, but you can't. I'm gonna send.
Hello, this is King Remus Remus, you know, Domots and Waffles. I'm going to be reading from a script, so excuse me if I sound stunted. So, I was going to go into this long speech on why I hate Sword Art Online, giving my reasons and explaining them, citing misogyny, shallow love, poor writing, and the fact that Reki Kawahara does not know how to write video games. The misogyny portion is incredibly confusing, especially since I am a self-admitted misogynist. But after writing the script, I saw that composition for the speech went on for several pages, and that was after editing out a lot in order to save time. I do not want to bore you, so I will make this brief. I love light novels, but I hate Sword Art Online. There's a saying that you vote with your wallet. So I bought Sword Art Online with the intent that I am voting for the localization of more light novels. I hate Sword Art Online. I have carefully thought out reasons why I hate it. I hate it so much that on the way out of the store I bought it at, I vomited from how disgusted I was with myself for having bought the book. That is no joke. That is.
Okay, I'm gonna send you this. I want you to watch it warm up for on cam.
Okay.
This is hilarious. I wonder why he's reading it though. But I'm happy that he is.
Okay.
When we get on cam, watch this.
Okay.
Shit, really?
Is it not doing it like float freezing on you?
No, it like. Shit, no. It went weird.
That's weird.
Hold on. Like it, you know when it minimizes, and it disappears?
Yeah. Yeah.
That happened.
Oh. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and send this to you, and I want you to watch this.
On cam?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright.
I'm happy that he's doing this, though, so that I get to like
He said he hates it for.
so that I can get the book.
I know, but why does he say he hates it? Like, why does he hate it?
All right, when chapter 4 ends, send me chapter 3 again.
Alright.
Because chapter 3 has chapter 5 in it.
Oh, gotcha. We do.
Okay, let me end this stream off here,
And get on cam.
and I'll get on camera, and then you get started.
Alright.
I just find it weird that he's doing this now.
I know, right?
Hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yes, hope you guys enjoy. We won't be here tomorrow, though. We got something we got to do.
We have prom we gotta do. So I'll do a chapter. I'll probably do 2 chapters Friday to make up for it.
Go to prom with me. So.
I'll probably do 2 chapters Friday to make up for it.
Yeah, most likely, probably if we have time, but hopefully we do. But I'm sure we will.
Hope you guys like this video, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye.
Bye.